Ladies and gentlemen, who is good, who is great among Mr. Putin and Mr. Corona? Who is great? Who is good to the people? Today's situation makes us to discuss this thing through this video. When there was a Corona, there was peace of mind. There was unity. There was integrity. There was no headweight. Everyone prayed for the world. Everyone jointly tried to find out a proper medicine. Everyone worked together. There was no disparity. No one feel that I am great. No one feel that you are down. Everyone jointly tried their level best to find out a proper medicine. They are ready to share the medicine even in this critical situation. That was the situation prevailed during Corona. Now, because of this Russian war declaration as against Ukraine, there is no peace of mind. There is no peace of mind even in Tamil Nadu, in India. Just think about the wars and its consequences. The war happens in Ukraine, lakhs and lakhs of kilometers far away from India. But its consequence, its impact disturb even the people who are in Tamil Nadu and India. It was reported that about 500, more than 5,000 people, Tamil people has staying there as a students. They are not able to eat. They don't have food. They are not able to sleep. They don't have any money to. They are not able to go to ATM to take money. They are spending sleepless nights. In some places, they are not even able to communicate their position to their parents. This is the pitiable situation to the Tamil Nadu people and Indian people who are far away from Ukraine. If it is so, just think about the people who are there in Ukraine in war situation. Now, because of the impact of this war, the petrol price has gone up. Gold prices got gone up. Oil prices has gone up. Even edible oil, sunflower oil and other things has gone up. See, because of this idiotic decision to make a war, the entire world is disturbed. The people of the world got affected because of the wrongful, useless decision. They never think about the world, they never think about the welfare of the world in taking such a decision to make a war. How many people are dying there? How many people are suffering there? Without food, without electricity, without communication, and with full of fearness, tension, stress, everything comes because of this war. Why should you take such an unwarranted decision? You just think about the background. When the World War I started, the entire world created an organization called League of Nations. The main object of the League of Nations is to prevent any such war, any such world war, or any war between the countries. One of the prominent nation is US, Russia, Britain, etc. When the Second World War came out, again another organization was created, United Nations organization. The main object of the organization is to prevent war, to prevent world war, to prevent any disharmony, any fight between two countries. So their main object is to prevent war. They have adopted, they have invented various solutions to resolve the dispute between two nations. Still there are various opportunities, various ways, various methods to resolve the disputes, difference of opinion, or any kind of disputes between two nations. Now, all of a sudden, Russia has invaded and declared war as against Ukraine. Because of that, the loss of mankind, the loss of money, and the loss of wealth is not, which are not compensatable. Why should you take such a decision? Why not you don't go adopt various other methods to resolve the dispute through mutual negotiation or mutual discussion? Why you have formed such a nation, United Nations? Russia is one of the permanent council member, one of the prominent member in the United Nations. In spite of that, being a prominent member, being a permanent member, you are not able to sort out the issue through United Nations. What is the use of running this type of United Nations? Being a superpower, Russia is also adopting such a thing. The America is also adopting the same set of war tactics with headweight, even during Iran-Iraq war and Afghan war. What type of thing you have achieved through that war? You lost your economy. The person who declared war was not re-elected as a president and as a respected country, because the country has faced a lot of crisis, economic crisis, loss, because of the wrongful decision. Why don't you realize your wrongful decisions done by your predecessors? See, now the media's, news channels, newspapers are only sharing what is really happening there, what type of fight was going on, what type of weapons were used, how many people are losing their life, what are the consequences, like what they are expressing. But no one is prepared to come and condemn the attitudes, the acts of and the consequences of this war. India, being a friendly nation to Russia, is not in a position to condemn the acts of Russia, because it's a friendly nation. India expects continued support, continued friendship with those nations. And Indian political leaders are taking efforts to resolve the dispute, to find out a solution. We appreciate it. But being a citizen of citizens, being a mankind, being a human being, we should condemn these activities. Why don't you think about the loss to the human beings happen because of this wrongful decision? You being a leader, you being a head of the nation, why don't you think about the consequences? When the corona came, everyone cried. You are not in a position to find out a proper medicines. We don't have any vaccination. We have suffered. But still we have a peace of mind. There was a calmness, silence throughout the world. Everyone feared. Everyone prayed God. Everyone had faith on God to get a proper medicine, proper remedy to come out from this disastrous corona. That time we don't have any headache. Now the situation is totally different. Everyone is thinking that you are super, you have superpower. Who is great? You or me? No, God is great. Is it not? Among the leaders, among the men, God is great. When comparing His superpower, we are nothing. So, though the medias are just sharing the happenings, the laws, human being laws, consequences, impacts, most of the people are not come forward to condemn the attitudes of these things. Why don't you realize these happenings? Why don't you realize the loss of human beings? Why don't you realize the loss of economy? Why don't you realize the impact? What is lost is lost. It cannot be taken back. So just imagine the people, the poor people who have sent their children to further studies to Ukraine by sending their jewels, by selling the jewels, by selling their property, by pledging the money from some people, by getting the money or borrowing money. Now they are in a helpless situation. They are crying. Their parents, brothers and sisters who are in India, in Tamil Nadu are also crying. All happened because of this war. Didn't you realize any such things before starting this war? I just ask you. Didn't you realize this will happen, this type of things will happen because of this war? What are you going to achieve through this war? Yeah. Please tell me. So, I feel we should report our opinion. This is wrong decision. Russia being the role model, Russia being the permanent member of United Nations, they should act as a role model to all the other countries. The America is also doing the same mistake when they are invading into the Afghanistan. They have not adopted the principle which is made as a law of United Nations. You are creating a United Law of Nations and you are making some declaration, you are making law, but you are not following it. Then what is the use it? Yeah? When you yourself is creating a law, declaration, treaties, etc., organization, United Organization, and you are not following when the problems comes to you. In Tamil, they used to say, "Yanakku vandha ratham, mathavanukku vandha takkali chutney." That means, if it comes to me, it is blood. If it comes to some other person, it is tomato sauce. The superpower are always thinking like that. They are making laws, declaration, everything, and they are asking all the small countries to follow. But when it comes to them, they are taking the law in their hand. They are making the war without seeing, without realizing, without thinking about the world, without thinking about the entire nation. So as a citizen, as a human being, as a mankind, I wanted to register that this is a wrong decision. They ought not to have conducted war. They ought to have resolved the issue in an amicable manner. They ought to have resolved the issue through a dialogue. They ought to go use international relationship. They ought to go use United Nations organizations help. They ought to go resolve the issue through the ways which was incorporated, designed through United Nations organization. So as a citizen, as a human being, as a mankind, I am expressing my concern, I condemn these acts of war. So I hope there are people who can also support my view. So we cannot go and stop the war. We cannot go and tell a political leaders to stop the war, but we can register our opinion, our conscience. The right people can express their opinion so that will at least be a guide for the future mistakes. It can at least avoid any such things to happen. The public opinion will be a strong element. So as a citizen, as a human being, I am making this video and making my concern that the act of Russian making such a war is not a good thing. It is against humankind. So I wanted to convey this message, convey this my opinion as a matter of right, as a freedom of expression. I hope you will also accept. So if you accept my view, my expression, my pain, just give a like. Through that you can say, yeah, we are also supporting you. You can support me. If I am right, you can support me by way of giving a like. You can also express a similar view, so that will form a public opinion, so that will be a good guide to avoid any such mistakes in future. So whoever commits mistake, wrong is wrong, whether it is America or it's Russia or any other person. So we should express our feelings and register that it is wrong. So I hope you will accept my view. If you accept my view, give a like and support my view. That will also convey to the public. There are people who are having the similar mind. So the people are crying in Tamil Nadu and the various places who have sent their children. Just imagine their pain and sufferings. I'm just registering and reflecting, because they ought not to have conducted such a war for this trivial things. That ought to have been resolved in an amicable way. That is my view. If you support my view, give a like, and that will give a message to the world that there are people who are expressing their opinion that this is wrong. Thank you. Goodbye.